you're ready to flush. How the hell do you do that? Look what happens when you press this button.
Oh god, it's like an angry monster.
Dude. Good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
We've gotten out of the big city.
If you can't tell.
And it has gotten even more wintry.
Woo-wee! Yeah, it's not supposed to be above freezing today.
No.
Yay!
We're actually in the Hudson Valley, which is this region that we've always wanted to visit that's just about an hour and a half outside of New York City. It's known for tons of trees, beautiful landscape, vineyards, which we won't be going to any of those right now.
A lot of them are closed for the season anyway. Yeah. This area is known specifically for fall. We're here a little after everything has fallen. But as you can see, it snows up here and it gets quite beautiful.
Today we are going to explore the Hudson Valley with y'all. We're going to take you guys around, fit in as much cool stuff as we can. We are so excited. This has actually been a bucket list destination for us because we've seen pictures of it online all the time and been like, we've got to go to the Hudson Valley. Yeah. And now we're here.
We're here. It's beautiful. It's a winter wonderland.
We're trying not to slip and die out here. There's a good bit of ice. But we actually are staying in one of the coolest little tiny houses that we've ever found. It's out in the middle of this farmland with all this snow everywhere. Should we give them a look around on the inside?
I think so. I think you guys are gonna like it. Here's our little off-grid beauty. Let's show you around. Welcome to our tiny glass home. Look at this thing, y'all. So it's covered in glass, which is why it gets its name. We had to close some of the windows though because the sun's getting a little harsh. Of course, it's a tiny home, but like all good tiny homes, if you lay it out well, it feels surprisingly large. So it has these nice tall ceilings and it's got this nice light wood theme. So it keeps it really bright and fresh in here.
Yeah, and when the sun comes in, the whole thing is just so lit up.
Oh yeah, and with the snow out there, it's a little bit blinding. We were trying to work here this morning. We were like, oh God. But it comes with these nice shades so you can block out the sun and have it very private in here. You don't have to do everything with the whole world seeing. We also have a very large kitchen in here. I really like the countertop space. There's plenty for us to cook. We actually made a full meal and breakfast in here. And then the sink is super long so you can do a lot of dishes in there without messing up the cabinet, getting the floor all wet. I love that.
Now on to the coolest feature of this tiny home. This is the bedroom. Check this out, you guys. This is the coolest tiny home bedroom ever. The bed fills all of the available space, so it's just absolutely huge. It's super cozy. And then, of course, you have the wraparound window, so you get this incredible view. The snow is covering the landscape right now, so it is just an amazing view to wake up to.
Another cool feature is
this
drawer down here.
Check this out.
Ooh, that's all of Eric's stuff.
You're wondering where all my stuff went. It's right there. This thing fits my whole suitcase. This is my entire suitcase in here.
But it's nice touches like that, like all of the storage that's in here.
Out of sight, out of mind, baby. You guys have got to see this toilet. It is the weirdest toilet I've ever seen in my life. It looks like any old toilet that you'd seen in an RV or something, but this is a dry flush toilet, and what that means is, check this out. Is that what you expected to see when I lifted the lid? We're not going to give you a full demonstration because it's not that kind of channel, but basically this is how it works. Put a little liquid in there. You put your solid waste. Imagine that, or don't.
Don't, yeah.
Then a little toilet paper. There you go. Now you're ready to flush. How the hell do you do that? Look what happens when you press this button. It's kind of scary.
Oh God, it's like an angry monster.
Don't do this. Now watch this part. And voila, you're ready to go again. So basically it's this series of bags that go into the bowl, then it gets filled with waste, it kind of spins it up in this seal, and then you go again and it creates this series of, well, you know, you get it.
Pockets of waste.
Yeah, and then you dispose of that and you put a new one in. Job's a good one.
All right, I guess that's enough stalling and staying in our cozy little tiny cabin. Guess you gotta go out and brave the cold.
Let's go.
Let's go. It's like 20 degrees out there, you guys. I hate it.
Winter is coming. Actually, it's already here, and that's not a problem for us, thanks to Backcountry.
That's right. You guys know that we are profoundly bad at being prepared for seasons, especially winter time. So that is why we are so excited to partner with Backcountry and have them sponsor this video and get decked out in amazing winter gear. My absolute favorite item I got is the sweater. This is North Face. This feels like a warm hug.
It is amazing.
It's so soft. Every time I wear it,
it's like hugging a teddy bear.
Pets me. Yeah, it's so nice. And then my second favorite item, or maybe tied for first, are these crazy sorrel boots.
I'm falling over here.
Are you falling?
Continue.
They have like multiple layers, they're waterproof, so I am not scared of any snow. And my toes, Eric's are frozen, but mine are feeling just fine and dandy.
I went colorful this time, you guys. This is a Patagonia parka that is water repellent. I was walking around in New York City with this thing and it was just pouring down rain and the water was just beating right off. It was amazing. The other item I was super excited about, I've really wanted just a day pack that was nice and sturdy and had a laptop sleeve. So I got this bad boy right here, and this is also water repellent. Oh, and the last thing I totally forgot to mention to you guys, I also got some thermal underwear. We're gonna be linking to all of the gear that we picked out in the description below, but Backcountry has a ton of awesome stuff on their site, tons of winter gear, and not just stuff like this, they have snowboarding gear, skiing gear, all that good stuff, so go check them out. Also, I almost forgot to say, we have a coupon code for you guys. It is Endless Adventure 15. We'll have the details for that on the screen and in the description below, but if you use that baby, you're gonna get 15% off of your first Backcountry purchase. You're welcome.
We're driving to our first stop of the day, this little town called Cold Spring. And on the way, you drive right along the Hudson, and on your left is this amazing hike called Breakneck Ridge. To your right is Storm King Park, where you can do a bunch of hiking. But maybe one of the coolest things is this little island with this abandoned, dilapidated castle that you could go out to. Unfortunately, you can't now because it's winter time. But it's so random to have a castle on the Hudson in upstate New York.
This whole area is just so charming. There's so many cute little houses, all kinds of different colors.
Yeah, and everything's decked out for the holidays, so there are lights and wreaths everywhere. It's so pretty.
It's really nice. I'm feeling the holiday vibes around here. Where are we going?
Okay.
Okay, over there.
When you come to the Hudson River Valley, you have to start your day with a delicious breakfast, right? So we picked this adorable little place called Hudson Hills, appropriate. It has this amazing breakfast that is served all day long. So even though it might be a little afternoon, we are still getting our morning fix. This place had some really cool breakfast items. I got the fig and prosciutto hash. So I think there's eggs, prosciutto, figs, bacon, and leeks, I think, all mixed together with eggs over toast, and it comes with a side of potatoes. Oh my god, it sounds amazing. Look at that, there's a huge fig in there. Fig, bacon, prosciutto. I never would have thought to put that with eggs. Ooh. That is really cool. The figs give it a little sweetness, and then the prosciutto and bacon are super smoky and salty, and the flavors actually go really well with the eggs. I'm very impressed by this.
And I got the eggs Creole, which is 2 poached eggs on top of fried cornbread, which sounded amazing. And then there's some little bits of shrimp there, and there's a bunch of little peppers and potatoes. I'm gonna get a bit of this shrimp here. A little bit of that hollandaise. Whoa, do you see that? That egg just exploded. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So get some of that sauce, eggy goodness on there, get a potato in there, a little dose of New Orleans in the Hudson Valley. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't get any of the cornbread, but you can see all the seasoning on that shrimp there, but it is so delicious. It's actually got a little bit of a spice to it. It's super flavorful. Let's see what this cornbread's about. That's the main reason I got this. So it's super brittle and a bit grainy. Ooh, that's good cornbread. Since they put it on the grill, it's got this layer of this dark charred part that adds a ton of flavor, a bunch of crunchiness to it. I think I made the right choice.
The artwork in this restaurant is some of my favorite ever. It's little puppy dogs looking so happy.
Some of them are so adorable.
So cute. New backup plan idea. If this YouTube thing goes under,
dog photography.
Dog photography and cat photography. We'll throw them in there.
Wrong holiday. They just froze to death. This is what happens, kids.
I bet they wish they had my sweater and boots right now.
Suckers. There are a bunch of super cute, charming little shops in this downtown area.
Yeah. So when you come up here, you have to check out as many tiny little towns as you possibly can because they're all super charming, just like this one.
When we walked to the restaurant, we saw all these quaint little shops, and we were like, ooh, we gotta go there, ooh, we gotta go there. So we going there.
Yeah.
Before we leave, we decided to grab some coffee. We went to a little cafe called a CS Coffee House, which I think just Cold Springs.
Yeah, Cold Spring Coffee House.
That's the city we're in, if we didn't already say that.
So you might be wondering, why does my coffee look a little neon green-ish? It's because this place has a turmeric latte. I think it's one of their seasonal ones. Never heard of that before in my life, but this sounded too cool.
Taste test time.
It's gonna burn me. Probably worth it. Oh, what's up? I don't know. Oh. It's almost like a chai latte, but more earthy and spicy, I'd say. It kind of tastes like dirt and spice, but in a good way.
Here,
it's
trade me.
actually
Let me
pretty
try
good.
it. I expected it to be more orange, but
I
it's
did
kind of
too.
green.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that appetizing. Ooh.
It's really interesting,
spicy.
right?
If I didn't know better, I would say it was like a chai latte.
Yeah, like a
And
dirty
definitely
chai.
a little bit more earthy.
Yeah.
Dirty, like literal dirt.
Don't let that scare you off. It's actually pretty delicious and very festive.
We're trying to get a fun boomerang of Allison throwing up some snow.
I don't think it's gonna work. It's really crunchy snow, but I'm gonna do my best.
1, 2, 3, go. Hey, that looks pretty good. It actually turned out surprisingly well, so maybe we'll put it on the screen or something. Nice job.
Yeah, we did it. We made it to our next destination, which is the Angry Orchard?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kept wanting to say Angry Apple Orchard, but Angry Orchards. This is actually New York's wine country, but a lot of the wineries are closed for the season. You can't really do tours, but the area is also known for apples. There's a lot of orchards here. A lot of them you can go and pick the apples and eat them. Not here. I read that their apples are very bitter and specifically just for the cider making. But you can come and do a tour, so that is what we're gonna do.
So we have done our tour. We have learned all about the cider making process, and actually this place is really unique. It's a research and development facility, so they have their own orchard, and a lot of the stuff that they make here is with their own apples, but they also bring in other apples and they mix and match and come up with all kinds of new concepts, and if something does well enough, they might actually mass produce it and then you'll find it in the stores. We've never been to a cidery, as we learned it's called, but now we know all about the cider that we're gonna be drinking. This is the one I'm most excited to try. This is the Wooden Sleeper. So this cider was aged in a rum barrel for 1 year and is infused with spices. It's 13% alcohol. Can you believe that? That's a strong cider. Ooh, baby. Oh man.
That, believe it or not, is his I like it face.
Wow. That is absolutely incredible. You get a really strong rum flavor. If I didn't know better, I would say this is cider with a shot of rum in it. That's what it tastes like. Just the slightest bit fizzy. It's only a little bit sweet. It's like caramelly. So good.
Ooh, it smells like rum and Christmas.
Yeah, it's got like cinnamon and stuff.
Yeah, but really light. Ooh, it's bubbly. It's like a rum apple juice.
It's super Christmassy. We got some Christmas tunes playing. It's freezing outside.
It's so good, but we're so toasty in here with our little samples.
We might actually buy some of this and take it home. This one is worth buying.
Yeah, so this tasting flight we got is their dry one, and these are only available here. So if you want them, you have to come here and get them.
It's actually the next day, and it's a disgusting day out here.
It's really nasty.
It started to rain, all the snow's melting. Yeah, all the magic is gone. Dang it. We're actually going to be heading west from the Hudson Valley to see more of New York and to eat more of New York. But before we leave this area, there's one more place we wanted to go to, It's the Culinary Institute of America.
Yes,
that's where we are.
It is located right here, and they have a restaurant on site that you can actually go and eat at.
It's 11:30 a.m. and they just opened, so let's go inside.
Nice and fresh. So this place we've come to is actually called the Tavern, and the bigger restaurant is called American Bounty, but you have to make reservations to go there. The Tavern, you do not though, and it's slightly cheaper, but still just as interesting as a menu in my opinion.
The food has arrived. Check this out. This beauty right here is the Tavern Cheddar Burger. So first off, it's got this baked cheese bun. Look at this bun. This is one of the most delicious buns I've ever seen in my life. You can see the grill marks on the inside. I added the egg just for an extra $2. I think it was well worth it. There's some cheese baked onto the burger. There's some bacon. I'm using my fried at point. And some pickles down here at the bottom. I always want to just bite the burger and not use my knife and fork, but I mean, this is impossible. I mean, I'm gonna try. Get some of that bacon and stuff in there. Oh, dude. Bad idea. You guys, the flavor of that burger is incredible. Man, that thing exploded. There was a flavor explosion and a literal explosion. Really, the bacon is so good. It's really flavorful and salty, but there's must be a little bit of like maple baked into it or something, because it's got a little bit of a subtle sweetness. I got a little bit of the pickle in that bite, so that added a little tangy vinegariness to it, and the beef is amazing. I didn't really get much of the cheddar bun on the top, but it's pretty much impossible to get this all in one bite. I might have to say, this is one of the best, if not the best burger that I've ever had. I had to take a few more bites to get into the bun, but it's just got this delicious cheesiness, and all the flavors work so well together.
I went a little less typical than Eric over there. I did a bone-in pork chop. So it comes over braised cabbage. It has, they call them pee-wee potatoes.
Oh, is that what those are?
Yeah, and there's some little apples on there, and then some reduction. Can't remember exactly what. Let's get a bit of that cabbage on there. Well, this is phenomenal. The pork chop is nice and like charred on there, so you get a nice little burnt taste to it. The potatoes are perfectly fried and they're so squishy on the inside. The cabbage is really nice. It's got a little crunch to it still. And then there's a mustard jus on there, which is a perfect amount of tanginess and vinegariness. It all balances so well. This is a way to start your day, huh? Better than just avocado toast.
I think that's gonna do it for part 1 of our New York road trip, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of the Hudson Valley with us. The weather was not great. Ideally, we wanted to get out and do a little hiking. We actually went to a bunch of parks and didn't really show it, but they were all closed.
They were all closed, a lot of them for the season, so we didn't get to get out into the nature as much as we had hoped. But
we got to try a bunch of delicious food,
we did.
Which is definitely a reason to come.
Yeah, and we got to see some adorable little cities. Just driving the back roads here is fantastic.
But we're on our way over to Rochester now, then we're gonna make a stop over to Buffalo, and then ultimately take a big long trip back down to Tennessee.
All right, so just more of this today, and then we'll see you in Rochester. Goodbye, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road to Rochester. In Rochester. You get it.